Yen penny for baby say, if you are seeing her, will be ma, will be check. Why not HL? So we'll pay IT, won't the 1 year, so we'll pay support. Slam Technology say your #1 partner. Your office will US in here, your office will Ghana so ye, your numbers ni kuhono. So we should share IT classes, we hear career coaching, we hear support for business, cyber security. Free na your partner. Your back here wow. Slam Technologies, transformation with excellence. Free is here baby biara o
Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job, then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
Akwaba SVTV Africa social live on SVTV Africa FM DJ Nyame Mobi Akwaba hope so be ahoye. And then Friday, thank God it's Friday. So first time I will share any when your life notification dia him say. Then there we Fridays be ano be the UK come on lawyer wisdom akaho wise man solicitors or UK. First time I will share link we mo be enti ne so UK immigration rules. Then aba omo de bi omo de bibiba. Intervene lawyer, me go bisa lawyer. Ask lawyer, also bet me bisa lawyer questions. I know what share link, no, you stream live or YouTube. Lawyer baby, I better say be the TikTok be kanwa, but it's streaming live. It's share link no ma uni no so be join here. Intervene wise smart solicitors eba bitin komo or questions now be so bisa no comment section or type here. I'm ready to do a me the better screen so no I can kind of way you are no question be so bisa ni bia no bet me bisa no. But making sure say and repeat questions na ebi more or the question back over no asa copy no no or the back over and one no lawyer be one no enti many lawyer wisdom akauba we nkomo umi adoma no so ya mia so tap subscribe no so na say na be the videos ba benye bia hwe na we hu ne ekoso esua de worldwide or Ghana be bia he na wo ti ene UK nkomo na e ba bedi mini lawyer every Fridays be amini no lawyer wisdom akao why ready I enko na mi nko tie lawyer efo
yeah
boko there
what to say
boko oba begin I am so mic no volume no adapt to 40 inti biem blast be say o blast po na mi ntonka wise man solicitors and our thank God it's Friday and aba UK for mo se dan mo de bia mo de bibiba mo nkrofo yi de bia nkrofo we omo da sorry ya omo nya kokko no nti omo adwen na different omo sorry omo ba ya na say ya ko parliament kwa gigi ya say we say we si amo se dan
say
me o yo mo ye o kasa na eba na ekọ isi amamente nka em say afi na epic ba me o ye pa me o ye UK mo se dan yan kwa mo se dan this year na mo se dan mo say family reunion I den isi ade application mo cancel den say mo cancel bibia
yeah I would have one commercial we now
lawyer say Obama be joining them mo prepare mo questions man na lawyer wisdom akao how be ya no UK nkomo share obetimi the questions now about comment section share my own be share WhatsApp so share Telegram share link in ko Facebook share link in ko baby obetimi a share ko bia WhatsApp group ni ade share say na be obi betie de ko so wo question bia na also ebisa say na mesika no enti Fridays bia me no ha your first time I will share ni every Fridays me ne live or your show no so enti me the TikTok back on na TikTok for no say hu ni so but mom show YouTube there Yeah, move from questions in Embra. Hand it. Bibia. Auntie, may try lawyer wisdom. Akaho, wise man solicitor already. Me who say, me share class no. I assume identity class. Class. One man join the class no. Shout out to my class. Kofi Apia, big out to you. So I joining Ibrahim Munkaila. Thank you so much for joining. Sheila Medase. So I joining Sheila. Is it Akala? Akala or Akola? Akola. Nice one. Wanna be God First Media, thank you for joining. Millicent, thank you for Millicent Atrams, thank you for joining. Boateng Edu Akwesi, Boateng Edu Akwesi, thank you for joining. Charlie, I from start where I tulipo. Maka for go see, make they start give me I tulip where, cause I need to see from far. Bush doctor, is it? It didn't permit me go. Is it Charlie or what? More dimpa. Omono. Omono. Thank you so much for the David. Bosompim Medasauja and Richard Sego. Thank you so much. Joel. Thank you so much. Mami kona mini lawyer. So lawyer, are you ready? I'm into Sunny and starting. Lawyer, are you ready? I am flyer. Veronica, thank you for joining. Anita, class, mommy who class, represent with your name, yo. Anita, thank you so much. Anita Cooks, yeah. Ernest Obeng Buache, thank you so. Lawyer Aba Benjamin Amankwa, thank you so much. Lawyer Wabayankwe. Sisi, our class now ready. Class now ready. We are waiting for you. What do you have for us? What's the day in echo?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. First thing, a gentleman called me this afternoon. DJ Oshe programming at the Frame, and now I'll say maybe I want to outside London. I'm sure say because I'll say my back and now I'm see I. And to also maybe say one question, Pet. I'm sure just about office, and I'm say they maybe I want to what so and so. Now I was very busy. To me, my mission for so it's just a one question. To me, catch and say, well, there has to be a fee, and then I say, look, I bet me I can have a program you so no visa, but officially bad say I bet visa own tiashi into or no, he just wants to pay something. I'm like, wow, this is somebody who has oh yes, and it was just one question, and we answered it, but the fact that he could have come on the program, no visa, and he would have gotten his answer anyway. But for him to choose to come to call the office, not no matter how small, I just want to tell him I appreciate him a lot.
Wow.
You know, I appreciate him. Yes, I really appreciate it because or can I say, look, hey, we're your staff and stuff like that. So I just want to tell him that I really, really appreciate him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, what I say now, man for him say after you do camera ni we ni ade number for so obenya time there. No no book for consultation. It's omunya wa ha. The ha omu na nkomo da tumpreko na say no yi anu amomo. Aha, ba padi no wa ya de onye lakpin, unim lakpin. Onye lakpin release. La lakpin for the forget it.
I just want to say I appreciate him truly.
Why are they? Anyway, lawyer, what by go straight? Oh, Mike, no, oh, sound na me say, we battle there, ukasa beba. Yenti the oh my na me TikTok phone. You just send me TikTok phone so I can one.
Okay, So one, when him say they be a UK dear, yes, it's I am every time, every day, every now and then, yes, it's some runner, and we change it, and as we go along, we keep changing it. Sir, Oya Obi Ewo Kromha. Now we are British, and now Upeso Kofa Wiri, and now Kuno Eba Kromha. There are some categories of Nkrofo Betimidi Amo Ebusian for Ediaba. First of all, British citizens. Number two, young Iowa indefinite leave to remain. Number three, young Iowa protection rights, that is asylum. Why am I seeking asylum? Now the amount protection right. And now the fourth category is EU for pre-settled status and now settled status. These four categories of people bet me the urinum and now ediaba. And see, obi a 2.5 years no want to me emfa wiri and I will emma just unya indefinite. Now, so we share the list of amabos who are British, present and settled, protection rights, and pre-settled status or limited leave to remain in the UK. The first one, British, settled, and then the pre-settled status, and EU for their requirements are different from asylum protection, and a protection right, and to Usha, we are British now, because we are now eba. As I said, Obano and Obama extra English language test, level A1, and I just said our first degree. Number two, just said you have to show so what meets the financial requirement, which is the £29,000. And that applies to British citizens, settled people, and people with pre-settled status, that is EU settlement. But so what share young under protection right asylum for now. They don't have to meet the financial requirements. And now and set ultra English language test now. We and the Home Office for say, and the government said it's not fair. And yet, fair say, a binum draw English. Now, would you won't draw English? But because we couldn't protection right as say, and now we really want protection right as say, won't draw English. And a financial, so, and idea you have to meet that. And to almost share, and yet fair. Based on a non-tea, almost say, almost suspended the family reunion applications. Family reunion applications are suspended. Suspension of new family reunion applications, which means say our refugee status so and a protection right as say na that application has now been suspended. Changes no, now everybody will be under the same rules. We are under family protection, we are under protection right to asylum, who are indefinite, we are EU national, who are British. Everybody must play by the same rules. Ukofa 29,000. Kofa ukunamba 29,000. Kofa uyiraba a social English language test unless they have a degree with certification from actors. Ukofa ukunaba the same rules. So younger yakra protection right. Ye pese yakofa yiruma anaye yakunuma bano. So when your application now, don't make that application now because it has been suspended. Number two, I'm going to say usually, sir, I'm going to Emrabi there is a window period. There's a period that the law takes effect, which usually I think is 28 days or so before the law kicks in. But Home Office for say, so I'm going to 28 days now. A man for the brave application, see, pressure akoda and until almost suspend this, almost breaches our rules no so. Sir, 28-day grace period now for new changes to take effect has also been suspended. It's been cancelled. It's been breached. Ntinya dia ombeyenti. Amanfo entimi nrashi enkoye applications during that 28 days. So, first of all, the rule suspended. Secondly, the second rule, which is a 28 days, I believe, period, is also suspended. You can't make any application to beat that time line. So that is what it is. However, so uwo kromha, uwo British citizenship, uwo under protection rights, you have settled status. Now, you can still bring them if you meet all the other requirements under Appendix FM. And this Albani English language no pass here. And now, 29,000. And there is not a problem. You can still make the application, but as a family reunion, as under Appendix FM as everybody else would apply. So that is a new thing that has come. And so if you are here with protection rights, I'm only talking about people with protection rights, not British, not indefinite leave holders, and not EU pre-settled status holders. I mean, young your protection right, asylum protection right, no so no. Amona such changes affect you. But uye under the Appendix FM for your spouse to join you here, and you can meet the financial requirements, and you can also meet the English language requirement by your partner. Still no over to me the application without any problems. So that is point number one. Number two, there is something which is going on and on and on, and I thought I should mention it. DJ, I have talked about the birth certificates of Ghana, birth certificates and the problems we face. I have spoken about it, but I just want to briefly mention it again, briefly. Then we go to my main topic today. And then me person focusing on young COS. So, yeah, this skilled worker with our partners, and a lot of problems have resulted. Me person say, what options do you have? What options are available for you? And that is what I'm going to be looking at for a few minutes. But before that, let me look at the birth certificate and the problems that we are still facing. So, birth certificate. A bit more old birth certificate for their children. And now, almost what new birth certificate are passport. So, your application at the Ubana bar, the old birth certificates now, any new birth certificate in Ebomwa. If you want person DNA and you want to show the child was registered when the child was born at the time of birth. Home Office for say reference numbers be what birth certificates no so. We share on the left hand side top corner there is a serial number, and we share the right hand side top corner and also some serial numbers. Now, Home Office for say what the old birth certificate and a new birth certificate now, they expect the serial number on the old birth certificate should be the same as the serial number on the new birth certificate. Because Usha birth certificate new one now, also certified copy of entry in register of births, certified copy of entries or entry in register of births. Actually, this is only a copy of what is in the register. And see, almost say, send our register no more and our old birth certificate no swa. And there's a copy and a certified copy then the reference number should be the same. Because we have photocopy on a computer or on a copier machine. What is on the old certificate is what must show on the new one, must show on the copy. What is on the original is what must show on the copy. And therefore, with the old birth certificate and the new birth certificate, and if the new one is a mirror image of the old one in terms of the reference number, they don't understand why the reference number or the serial number should be different. And therefore, with the old birth certificate and the new birth certificate now, the Home Office, they expect the serial numbers on the old one must be the same as the serial numbers on the new birth certificate. And would see me eba krum now in the birth certificates na ID application. Now please ensure, sir, the serial numbers are the same. Who could you new one? Not serial numbers near the same. And please prompt them, say this can create a problem for you. So that is what I want us to look at very, very, very carefully. We look at that when you want to make your application. The other thing is, so pair, for old birth certificates no any application. Just use the new birth certificate. But what they're going to ask is, in 2010, birth certificate for is 2025. There's a gap, 2010 to 2025. That is about 15 years gap. And then they'll say, say, we are not sure because birth certificate is not showing within 1 year now within the birth certificate. And don't say DNA. Can't just say DNA, but what with me a DNA now they are coming. Now it's ampa so if you're using only the new birth certificate, you can have a DNA done to confirm, sir, the child is your child. And on that basis, you have not got too much question to answer, because they would always raise questions about the relationship. So please take note of that. Take note of that. The other problem with the birth certificate is this. So over down to the informant. Informant is the person who gave the information, who took the child there, who went and registered the child, who took the child there. That is the informant. Sometimes Papa will krumha, and Mami will krumha, Nibano wa Ghana, or see okofa abufreyaba. Once all your application, the application is made under paragraph 297. Set on what indefinite into yourself, person of Francis Emra. Or see Papa no only baby or and a mameno only baby or. Now, so Usha birth certificate niswa informant section hono. Papa na will see only baby or the ding and I was so sick on only informant no. And the Ebani saying birth certificates are Ukoji 2 months ago. Papa Nidin was so not in the father section, but in the informant section. Now, so we'll say one who you haven't met him or you haven't seen him, or you don't know his whereabouts for the past 10 years. And to share the information on the birth certificate with regards to the informant and what you are saying with regards to the father's whereabouts is inconsistent. And to normal say, who now will say, Papa, in the last 10 years. Meanwhile, your sure informant section is one. Who is the informant? Your father. So how can you say, sir, birth certificate which was issued 2 months ago, informant your father, now so we say for the last 10 years, it conflicts na omojinasu they refusal. And say, sir, possible say papa na ko register no, and na sa birth certificate na ira, and na wakoji new one. Yet yes, here. In that case, sir, your application, my home office frontiers here say the old birth certificate was misplaced and you went for the new one or the certified true copy. Information now what old one is so no. HSS papa na register and no na omo reproduce here. And nothing na that's so HSS papa no any informant. And even though the birth certificate was issued or reissued 2 months ago, and Chrese Papa didn't call here 2 months ago. What it means is that information na in the register of births no 15 years ago no, and one omo reproduce here and nothing Papa ding about. So it can be explained, but you have to explain it well. Otherwise, normal refuse your application. Now you waste a lot of money to go to appeal, etc., etc. So that is also another thing. One more thing I want to explain, or just talk about before I go to the COS holders in this area. Young Ayekra Ghana passport, Ayekra British passport. You have the Ghana passport, you have the British passport. Nasa, to Quine, Ako. I think I've said this thing again and again and again. I think yesterday I said it somewhere else, but I think it's important to Mesamboso. So Ukra Ghana passport, now Ukra British passport. This is the Ghana passport, this is the British passport. So Uko Ghana, Ubet me the Ghana, the any British one near Yadiako, Ubet me the Nimi and Yadiako. Udu airport ha, Ubet me the Ghana, Diano, Eddie Achewom, Ubeko Ghana, no problem. So visa, a new passport, Mumpua, and found because you are going to your own country, and if you go into your own country, you don't need a visa to go to your own country. So, Bansua, wait me the British passport, no, which is again your own country, wait me the British passport, but without any problems. So that is what the situation can be. However, so with your Ghana passport, Eddie Kwa, Nasa, Obi in Casa BBC, and you need the support of the British High Commission or the British government, they will not provide it because you went as a Ghanaian, you didn't go as a British citizen. You traveled as a Ghanaian. So the passport on which you traveled is the passport, is a national of that country you are deemed to be on. If you travel on the British passport with a visa in that British passport, you are regarded as a British citizen in Ghana. If you go with your Ghana passport, you are regarded as a Ghanaian in Ghana. So if you need some help or support or information from the British High Commission, they would not be willing to help you. I'll give you another example. A friend of mine recently told me, now American national be oko Ghana or the Ghana passport Eddie Koye, one fact the US passport and Oko do something happened and they went to the American embassy. They just told him, can you produce your American passport with a Ghana visa in it? Or see, I didn't come with visa. They said, we are sorry, we can help you. We can help you. So they didn't assist because all corner or the Ghana passport na decoy or person visa into the Ghana passport na the decoy. As some got to no, American government is not going to get involved. The same thing happens to the UK. You can travel with both, no problem. But if you do with the Ghana passport, you're a Ghanaian in Ghana. If you go with a British passport, if a stamp and a visa in it, you are a British citizen in Ghana. So take note of that. And lastly, so indefinitely in your old Ghana passport. You have your indefinite in your old Ghana passport. Now, with your British passport, and I'll do a Heathrow. Said, do you have your old indefinite leave in your Ghana passport? We'll say yes. Would the mama, they'll cancel the indefinite. What they don't want is for you to have two forms of residence, indefinite and British. They will cancel the indefinite. You still have your British passport, no problem. You still have your British passport without any problem. But indefinite now, will Ghana passport mudia, they will cancel it because if such a thing happens to you, don't be worried. You still have your British passport. You can travel with it. It only means that you can go with your Ghana passport with a cancelled visa or the cancelled indefinite, and you can go to Ghana, and when you're coming back, you come with your British passport. Not a problem at all. Thank you. Let me quickly go to the COS form, and then I think I'll take a few questions, and then that will be for the day. Yanga with COS, Certificate of Sponsorship. We got a sponsor in the health and care, construction, IT, hospitality industry, accounting firms, etc., engineering sectors. Back with COS. Now, for one reason or the other, things haven't gone as we expected. A bit a buyer with their partners. Do ye confusion about Papa no on tears here, Mameno on tears here, confusion about Papa no the demon oyen is swap. Or see Mameno supporting Mameno David, Mimisica, the main fan support you. Papa is okay, sign it here, and the means switch here, main for won't come not a call report to home office. So there are different scenarios. One, say, what is COS and a buyer, or you came as a care worker or an IT worker, a skilled worker, and your company's license has been revoked. That is one scenario. People came with COS and their company's licenses have been revoked. That is one. Or your company, I could report it to the Home Office for say, when you are juma, even though na ma juma, now so I could report it to the Home Office for say, you have left and now you are not working with them again. Home Office will write to you and give you 60 days. Now, was it no 60 days to switch or to leave? That is another scenario. The third scenario is, hey, dear, Papa ni switch here, and Mama ni switch here. On the application form, normal business say, are you married or say yes? Are you living with your partner or say no? No, I can't. Separated. On your take separated, Home Office ever throw say your partner says you are no longer living together, and therefore you've been given 60 days to pack your bag and leave or to make a different application. And no, the other scenario. The other scenario, I've just talked about the employer reporting to the Home Office, and your partner has switched and they've separated, or the relationship is actually broken down. There is a divorce, and your partner has informed the Home Office that we are no longer together, the relationship is over, and I have moved on. So, Sana Etia, the Home Office will write to you and give you 60 days to either switch or to leave the UK. Now, the question is, if you happen to find yourself in one of these situations, sponsorship license revoked, COS cancelled, partner reported to the Home Office the relationship is over and you are divorced, partner ticked on the application form that you are separated, you're not living together again, employer reported to the Home Office that you are no longer working with them and they've cancelled your COS, your partner has switched and it takes separated and you are not together again, or the partner has just informed the Home Office that they cannot move on with it, or the partner has just decided to go back home or say a crow in the I'm going back home. So your partner has decided to go back to Ghana. In such a situation, what do you do? What do you do in such a situation? I have just about 1, 2, 3 points. I'll go over it and then I'll take questions. Number one, the first thing you have to do is to search for a new sponsor. I know it is difficult. I know. It's very difficult to get a sponsor now. These days, it's so tough. And even not just getting a sponsor, but getting the correct, genuine, legitimate, faithful sponsor. It is difficult. One share, not will be Akoyo 419. What you seek, now from what we hear, or say Jumansu anyhow, now I could create a lot of problems for you. So search for a sponsor, but make sure you are looking for a legitimate, established company that can offer you a sponsorship license. If that happens, a sponsorship certificate, COS, certificate of sponsorship, if that happens, you can switch. Whether you are divorced, whether you are separated, whether your partner has left to the UK, whether the employer has told them that you are no longer working with them, as long as you can get another COS with another company, you can switch to the new company before your 60 days is up. So that is number one. Number two, if you are able to get admission to a university, to a college within that period of 60 days, then you can switch to a student visa route. It is possible to switch from this to a student visa route. There is no restriction. As long as you can meet the requirements for the school, you pay your fees, you have your CAS, your CAS, you meet all the other requirements, you can switch to become a student. But of course, it's money to pay to the university. So that is point number two. The first one is to get another COS, The second one is if you have the funds and you have the qualification, you go to school. Go to school. Become a student. After being a student for a year or two and you graduate, they will give you 2 years graduate route. It's going to change to 18 months, but at least you have something to work with. So that is also an option for you. Number 3. Your circumstances have changed. Ebia wa worry. Wo divorce here no. One moving on to another person. Wa worry. We no ewa British citizenship. Ana ukunu no ewa British citizenship. Ana or indefinite leave. Ana oye you ni our pre-settled status ewa krom ha. Sesanetia before your 60 days is up or before the Home Office even writes to you. If the relationship is over, before the Home Office even writes to you, not say you had already established another relationship, you can switch from the COS or from the skilled worker route to a partner route under the Home Office Immigration Appendix 6. You can do that application. Appendix FM, you can make an application. If you have a genuine and subsisting relationship, you can move to that route. Very important. Very, very important. So that is point number 3. Point number 1 is student, COS. Point number 2 is a student. Point number 3 is if you can move to a partner route, genuine and subsistent partner route, then of course you can do that as well. You can switch to that as well. It is possible. It is doable. You can do that, but you have to prove that the relationship is genuine and you have to prove that the relationship is subsisting. You have to do that and then you can apply. Point number 4. So, who the COS nearby, you cancel COS no, you have 60 days or you are within the 60 days or even before the Home Office writes to you, you are here legally and then we switch it from the COS to Wobaniso. Yeah, you can switch from the COS to Wobaniso. That is a parent route. It is possible. It is possible. That is also possible. The other one is this. Assuming say, when we in a buyer, okay? When we in a buyer, and Obano relationship now break it down. Obano ni obi fufro akowo. Mon relationship is over. You are divorced. Obano ni obi fufro akowo. Ni bano a British citizen. Woni obano ni umumana mubaye no. Mumanu so ebe jina ni maame so omu maame so na omafa omu nua na oye British ne so no na omu de aye application. Wo a wo ye papa na woni obano mu ntam atete no wonso wo baby fufro. Emra ni kire se as long as woni wo mana say omunso ewa sitna no based on their step sibling inteno unso ubetimi application. It's a very complex application, but it is doable. It is doable. So when you read any woman a buyer relationship now break it down or ban new before frako or ban sabo frano a British and then my men now switch it from COS no ako neba British so woman on the on so on application be wa ya switch on so wa we papa na wonso woni obana jan nanso woni wo ba no ewo contact na say emra no kire say wonso possible say ubenya wasitna but when your application na ubefa paper no wa kire so another call online wa fill it form ni keke. It involves a lot of stuff and it has to be done well. If that happens, then wait me switch na wa call woman so remember say woman in your British Waba no money na British, but remember, so only my men in so you can't depend on Waba no mano. Umane in British. I'm on indefinite. I'm on this 7 years for Chroma, and the application by now over to me a year. Application of what over to me a year. I won't so over to me. I not so and then you so take note of that. The other one is you can decide to pack your bag and go back home. Now lawyer, it's an option. An option is to go back home. And that is why the Home Office clearly put that you can you can switch an application or you can go back home. So it is also an option for you, an option to go back home. If you can't take the stress in this country because your paperwork are not in place and you can't take the stress, you can just pack your bag and go back home without any stress, without any problems. But this also said, so is it going to be better there or is it going to be better here? You have to weigh all of this before you make a decision. That is it. And so the other option too is do nothing. The other option is to do nothing. If you do nothing, your visa will expire, you become an overstayer. You can stay in the UK for 20 years. 20 years, which are 20 years. Now when you are sitting there. But so visa ni wumpo. Visa ni e wumpo. 60 days now, mama no e wumpo. Na later, circumstances as sa. To say you making when you're back, ubano e British. Even though so was sitting on the wono, ubetumi application based on ubana or your British citizen. And also emrawo ho a yebetumi di afaso na yayamo. So DJ Usha COS for no, they are really suffering. A lot of them are going through a lot of problems. Home Office this mechanism be by say with me contacted some companies and stuff, but not a lot of people are benefiting from that. And I thought I would mention this out so that be a TMA nasa ebebuana, you can do that. So look for a new COS. It can be construction, it can be IT, it can be hotels, it can be accounting, it can be engineering, any of these companies, it can be manufacturing, etc., etc. If they have the COS and they want to give it to you, that is a good thing. The other one is you can switch to become a student. If you wish to go to school and you meet all the requirements, you can become a student. Next one, if you have established a new relationship, apart from the one you came with, which is broken down, and it's a genuine and subsistent relationship, you can switch to your partner's route. And parent route, if you have a child, even if you are not married to the child's mother, but you have a child and the child is a British citizen, and also wait me for one so now was it now. Or say, Abia, when you in a buyer, or no, I'm moving on. Or no, before Franco, Abu British. Now also, or no, any mananya, or 1 year, 2.5. Wow, we are papanso, over to me for mana. To say, I'm 2.5 years no so, also with me for so. So application, my sankabium, and yet just a straightforward application. 1 year, you better refuse, you better choose pack your bag and leave the country. You've been in a very difficult position. And again, do nothing, or you decide to stay in this country. If you do nothing, your visa expires. The law says 20 years in this country before you can get your stay. However, say a wumpo nase uba later again wait me for ubane so na and also what to me anya wasitna. And now worry nase obano ewoba genuine and subsistent relationship. You can establish that and also your idea with me so now with the anya signal. So when I cano emrano ena atro atuosa. It is written that if you follow this procedures, if you follow these rules under Appendix FM as a parent, as a partner, or Appendix student, you follow that, you get it, or skilled worker, Appendix skilled worker, you follow all of them. As long as you meet the requirements, you will be able to meet the caseworkers' requests, and you get your leave to be in the UK. So, DJ, Bueno is mainly for younger COS, and the problems now you're facing. I thought this might help somebody to at least resolve their problem. Questions, if there are any, I'm more than happy to respond to them.
All right, so I'll share live on SBT Africa. So I'm a be a but I feel what joining. I'm sharing what TikTok. I'm share with YouTube. TikTok for you. I'm share Now we're joining our information. They're very important. Every Fridays, be a lawyer wisdom. Our questions be also be sana. Oh, share or TikToker. Or the TikToker ain't me answer. It will show YouTuber. Obeti me YouTube channel. SVTV Africa call a profile page and so on YouTube link. No click it so I because say open. Umia open so on say live. No whole question be how to a lawyer. Be one. I know what me adomano so subscribe to your channel. So na be me say. Lawyer about this COS issue now. I think say discusses hard way several times. Now problem kese wo pa no before me question is no. Kpakpakpa no dɔɔso kpakpakpa no yɛde rem yɛnim yɛn ho yɛpɛ sɛ ɛwura bebree dɔɔso ɛwura mu wie sɛ oh yɛgyae oh this one we wɔ Sarajevo ɛnɛ me ma me terms kaka we wɔ Sarajevo we wɔ Bosnia iti ɔmo nhyia o ɔmo wɔ ha we wɔ ha na sɛ kura mi yɛ bi mata de ɔmo rem no baako wɔ ha baako hyɛ sɛ London obi so hyɛ Birmingham ɔmo nhyia da ɔmo hu ɔmo kra da before be on I see a jai media makonya sponsorship in my head then enjoy worry divorce a cost of heart. We person move on when you juma nye back when you juma when I mean so a whole this US nankas an issue no doso. Asem no doso na minim say more beba. Lawyer, me only say do that time na see renewal be near the end issue seem ba bebre after next year kon.
Issues but a lot of issues will come up. Because it be the 2 years nearby. After 2 years, 3 more years, now 5 years for indefinite. It be also the 3 years nearby. It's only 2 years for 5 years before indefinite. It be the 5 years straight and nearby. Whatever it is, so 5 years this one over person oko for your indefinite leave to remain. Oko do indefinite stage now. Home Office our demands. They have requests. Documents you have to provide. Sir, want to me enter sir uni uirina and uni kunawatna abomwa. Your application may be refused. So when to me enter sir uni employer na aye juma over time, your application may, I'm not saying it will, it may be refused. So Home Office echo bisa say usually I'm bisa for 5 years, but one shana say could bisa for 5 years evidence. And now go to HMRC with your national insurance number to check whether you have worked, paid taxes as evidence that you've been in the UK for 5 years. Not say anywhere. One share case worker, maybe we have evidential flexibility. Evidential flexibility. So obisa for questions, no. Obisa for requests, documents. No one to find qua. I bet you say ampa and you no press what's not together. And no. And in a few years' time, maybe in another 1-2 years' time, people will be due for indefinite. I can foresee said there will be a lot of problems. Unless say young ya switchy ako parent, ya switchy ako partner, no, that is fine. But until if you're purely on the COS and your employer has given you work throughout, praise God. But if that is not the case, I foresee that there's going to be a few problems down the line.
Makasa me say, ama yemba no so omo brepa. Embema no afa so bo mo ekum jeke. Last week I lawyer Sunday said auntie. Serious lawyer. Ye bo emba no ye bo mo ekum jeke ankasa because of why I say obobo krata 70. Ye bo dokumata because of dokumata. They give them a check upon there. Rough. Adai. Lawyer, I read the questions, Yanko.
A family reunion application system on appeal stage for my daughter living in Ghana is affected based. No, you are okay. Once you already have the applications in the system, though the Home Office says applications that have been submitted will still be considered. Those that have been refused and at appeal stage will still be considered. It is only people who now want to make the application that will not be able to make it. But once yours has been submitted, you should be fine. Or if it is at an appeal stage, you should be fine. Don't you worry about the changes that have taken effect. Thank you. Citrus Happy, hi. I have a friend who is a construction supervisor, and I'm asking if he qualifies for Global Talent Visa. Well, when it comes to the Global Talent Visa, go to Appendix. Go to, if you're listening to me, go to Appendix Skilled Worker, or go to Appendix, just go enter Appendix Global Talent. It may pull out something for you. Appendix Global Talent. Let me see if I can get something right now. Appendix Global Talent. Yes, it pulls out the rules for you. Now, if you go to Guidance, Immigration Rules, Appendix Global Talent, it states the rules there. You need a lot of requirements. You need to, first of all, Global Talent Endorsement Application. That is where the problem is. You need Global Talent Endorsement Application. You need two companies, also a company, to endorse that you are really qualified to meet that requirement. That is usually where the problem is. The company that you write to may come out and say, based on your so and so, you don't meet the requirement. I know somebody who is a doctor, PhD holder. He wrote, articles in papers everywhere, and still the endorsements didn't come. So yes, they could, if they can get the endorsements, then they can progress to the application stage. Thank you. Edwin Peduhai. So please, is children also part of the family reunion, or is partners, children, partners, it's all part of the family reunion. As long as it's a partner, as long as children of a person who is in the UK with the protection right, that also applies. In any case, when it comes to children, you don't have to meet the financial requirement. You have to meet the maintenance requirement, which means the person who is in the UK with the protection right must be able to look after himself and the child that is coming, and so they don't have to go for benefit to support themselves. So therefore, you have to use the income support threshold to calculate the maintenance requirement. So yes, they have to meet the maintenance requirement when it comes to children. For partners, they want to change it so that they can all meet the financial. Remember, I said maintenance and financial. These are two separate things. Maintenance for children, financial for parents or partners. So yes, it affects all. But let's wait now until the changes come out for us to see what the details are. Lukman Kasim, hi Lukman. I hope you're doing good. Please, my wife came with a student visa and I follow her as a dependent with 2 kids. Our visa has expired about 2 months ago and we don't want to go back now. We are home without job. Oh, my brother, I feel your pain. Sorry, I know it's tough. Even you are working, it's difficult. How much more if you're not working? That makes life really tough. My advice to you will be to, if you can approach the council in which you are, council. I don't know which borough in which you are. Approach the council. The council has a duty to care for children that are in that borough. There is something we call Section 17 support. Section 17 support. My brother Lukman, if you are listening to me, Section 17 support. Now, Section 17 support talks about the council must look after children that are in their borough. So it is financial assistance. Section 17, Children Act 1989. Financial assistance, Section 17, Children Act 1989. It says every borough has a responsibility to care for the needs of the children in that borough. Whether the parents have papers or not, it is their responsibility to look after the kids. So my advice is go and approach the council Tell them your situation. Your children shouldn't be homeless. Your children shouldn't be hungry. Your children shouldn't be sick. Therefore, you are applying for Section 17 support. Go to Citizens Advice Bureau. I'm sure they'll be able to assist you in the application for Section 17 support. At least you'll be able to feed your children. So please approach the council and apply for Section 17 support. Section 17 support for at least the children. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me just read what it says. Family Support Service, the legal framework. Section 17 of the Children Act 1987 states that it is the general duty of every local authority to safeguard and promote the welfare of children within their area who are in need. And so far as it is consistent with that duty, to promote the upbringing of such children by their families. So it means that it's a family, and it is a duty of the council to look after the children. And so they can't take the children away from you, but they have to support you to look after your children. So please go to Citizens Advice. I'm sure they'll be able to help you to complete Section 17 support application. Thank you. Prince Narrow, hi. Are dependents supposed to write any English test when they're about to renew or extend their visas? As far as the law is concerned, dependents don't write the English test. Dependents do not write the English test, particularly if they are below 18 years, they don't. But if they are above 18 years, this is what I say. Because they will be going for their indefinite leave, their British citizenship eventually, and they will need the test for the citizenship, it is just good for them to write it, to use for the indefinite, and again use the same for the citizenship. If you don't write it now and you still get indefinite, before you go for your citizenship, you still write it anyway. So my advice is, if they can do it now, they can do it, but they must be above 18, not below 18. Below 18, no English. Above 18, it depends on what they were on before. But I always say, if you can do it, you use it for an indefinite, you use it for your citizenship. Thank you. Highest J. Is credit card same as loan? Well, I think credit card is credit card. It means it's money that is on the card for you to use. It's more like a loan, kind of. Maybe it's a polished form of loan. It means it's not your money. It's the bank's money they are giving to you to use, and you pay interest on top. So in one sense, it is a loan. Let me go back to that question, please. DJ, let me tell you, okay. Who is qualified? Well, it depends on your status in this country. It depends on your credit rating in this country. If you are not credit worthy, or the banks think that no, your money that you are bringing in is so small, they may decide not to give it to you, or they think that you can't pay. Even they give you credit card, you can't pay back, they will not. So they assess your income, they assess your circumstances before they give you a credit card. Thank you too. Thank you too. Thank you too. I'm very grateful. Vonnie, Vonnie, right? I'm currently in the UK as a dependent of my wife. As a dependent, I have so far been exempt from paying the immigration help surcharge. Right. However, due to my studies in Ghana, I have had to travel frequently outside the UK, and therefore will not meet the continuous residence requirement to apply for indefinite leave to remain at the same time as her. I would like to know whether my subsequent visa applications to remain in the UK as a dependent will be required to pay the immigration health surcharge. I don't know which route you are on. I suppose you are on probably the health sector. You are in the health sector, or she's in the health sector. That is why you don't pay the indefinite, the IHS. Well, if you're on the same route, as your wife, then if you're not paying now, I don't see why you pay for indefinite, because even at the indefinite stage, you don't pay IHS. You only pay the application fee. People who are even paying IHS now, when it gets to the indefinite stage, they don't pay IHS. So if you are not paying now and it gets to the indefinite stage, you will not have to pay the IHS. But please pay attention to your continuous residence, the in and out. Take note of that so that it doesn't create problems for you. Okay, thank you. Lawyer, what requirements do you need to renew your stay after 2.5 years on the family route with a British spouse? Okay, you would need your marriage certificate. You would need proof of residence in the UK for 2 years, so gas, water, electricity, TV license, BT bills, bank statements, etc., to show that you live in the same address with your partner for 2 years. You can have gas, you can have insurance documents, you can have your driver license, you can have letters from your GP. All this will show that you have lived or resided with your partner in the UK for 2 years. That is one side. The second one is you need your passport copy, your bank statement 6 months, tenancy agreement, pay slip 6 months, P60, etc., your partner's documents as well. And once you meet all of this, I don't see why you would not get your leave to be here for another 2 years. But you must also make sure you meet the English language requirement as well as the financial requirement. If you were under the 18,600, you remain on the 18,600. If you're under the 29,000, you have to continue to meet the 29,000 pounds requirement. Thank you very much. Mensa Oko. Hi, Mr. Oko. I hope you're doing good. My wife wants a divorce. Oh no, what have you done? Can it be done in Ghana? Please advise me. Is okay. So I don't understand that you've written. So your wife wants a divorce. Can it be done in Ghana? Yes, it can be done in Ghana. And the rules as they are says, yes, you can divorce in Ghana, you can divorce in the UK, you can divorce wherever you want to. But if it is a Ghana divorce, if it's a divorce from Ghana, I would advise you that it should be from the court divorce, not the customary divorce. You can do the customary one, it's fine, but you can't marry in the UK if you do a customary divorce. So assuming that you did a customary divorce and you meet somebody in this country and you want to get married, because the divorce is a customary divorce, you can't marry on the English soil. But you can marry from outside the UK and bring, no problem. But if you do the court divorce, then you can marry here or you can marry from outside. So yes, the choice is either way. You can decide which one to go. But the advantages with the court one is more than that of the customary divorce. Tech brains, yes, hi. I believe you are high tech brain. Good evening to you too. Please, is it possible to start your own business as a skilled worker so that I can sponsor myself? Because like food joints or small restaurant, or until I get my, yes, you can. It's possible to do your self sponsorship, but of course you have to start a company, you have to register it, you must have an accountant, you have a manager, you have to go through all the processes before you apply for the sponsorship license from the Home Office. The Home Office will assess whether you actually meet the requirements of a person who should be given sponsorship license. They will then determine if you have the right people in place, the accountants, the managers, etc., their qualifications. They will also want to assess if, of course, it is a genuine business, not business that was just created for the purposes of just staying in this country. Yes, so once you go through all this process, yes, you can call me later. I can walk you through the self-sponsorship route. It's very complex, very not straightforward. Let me put it that way. But yes, it is possible to do that. And then once it is done, you can sponsor yourself. Josephine Youngson, hi. Please, like, can I attach weighing card to the new birth certificate for the application, because I can't find the old birth certificate and I want to bring them? Thanks. Yes, you can. You can attach the weighing card to the new birth certificate. And of course, you will realize that the information on the weighing card would have to match. Let me put it this way. You have to ensure that the information on the weighing card matches what is on the new birth certificate. Because if there's any inconsistency, it will be used against you. So yes, you can. Yes, you can. Ado Jeff, hi. So please, so you can bring your wife or kids to the UK anymore, even though the father is here. Oh, who said that? You can, of course, you can, depending on what visa you are on. If you're a British citizen, you can bring your wife and children. If you have indefinite, you can bring your wife and children. If you have EU national status, pre-settled or settled status, you can still bring your wife and children. If you're under protection refugee, you can still bring your wife and children if you make application under Appendix FM and you meet all the requirements. But if you want to make the application under the family reunion, that is where they are saying there is a suspension so that the rules can all match before you apply. It's not been cancelled, it's been suspended. So you can still bring your wife and children to the UK, please. Yes. And lawyer, my dad applied EU settlement visa for my brother, and it's 2 months now. We've not heard from them yet, but they sent my dad an email that they've been calling him, but no response. It is very usual for the Home Office to give these emails. I can say on some occasions, your daddy may say he has never had any missed call from them. No missed call from them. So you can email them back that daddy has never received any email or any call from you. As you said, you've been calling. In any case, if you have any questions, can you email it to my dad? He'll respond. And then, of course, the application can go on. Sometimes they write all this, sometimes it's course. So you can follow up with them and tell them, look, daddy has never received any call. Can you tell us the date, the time when you made the call? And of course, you can again follow up, and I'm sure they'll get back to you. But 2 months is a very short time. 2 months is a very, very short time for the Home Office to make a decision on EU settlements application. It can go up to 6 months, so please give yourself a bit of time, but make sure you follow up so that they don't refuse the application claiming that they called your dad. Okay. Maxwell Babayaro, hey, I am on the COS route and my partner is not staying with me. Can you tell us what to do in order to be qualified as couples in the next renewal? Yes, I can tell you what to do. I can freely and happily tell you what to do. And this is what I want you to do. Go to relationship with your partner requirements. First of all, we have 3 sections. If you go to page number 26 of 33, it gives you requirements of genuine documents, strong documents, acceptable evidence, and weak evidence. Strong evidence, acceptable evidence, and weak evidence. Marriage certificate, you have it. Tenancy agreement, if you can get both names on it, it will help you. Tenant letter from your landlord, if you can write to confirm that both of you are living together, it will help you. Utility bill, council tax, electricity, gas, water, TV license, cable TV, other documents such as bank statement, GP, medical letters, DWP letters, tenancy agreements, etc., joint bank statement. Please put these things in the same address with your wife as your matrimonial home. If you do not do that, when it comes to the time for renewing your application, the Home Office will ask for these documents. If you do not have them, the application may be refused. I am very cautious. I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it may be refused. So please, rather than waiting till that time where you will be struggling to get those documents, if you can work on it now, so that you and your wife can prove that you are living together, when it comes to the time for indefinite, you should be fine. Either extension or indefinite should be fine. All right, thank you. Hi, I am an EU member. My marriage date was 2020. I have lived here more than 5 years, and my due date of the indefinite leave is in 2026. Can I apply before the time? Yes, When did you marry? If you married in 2020, which month? Is it January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September? If it is any of the months that is already gone, then yes, you can prove 5 years. If it is September, October, November, December, then you have to wait until the 5 years is up. Even though they've given you up to 2026, as soon as or as long as you meet the 5 years within 2025, you can again go ahead and make your application. You don't have to wait until 2026 to make the application, but you need to prove that you have been here for 5 years. How do you prove? Gas, water, electricity, TV licenses, bank statement, pay slips, P60s, etc., etc., etc. You can use that to prove you've been here for 5 years. You should be fine. Okay. Please, what is the requirement to extend 2.5 years visa? 2.5 years visa. Is it based on your child? Is it based on your partner? Is it based on your private life? 20 years long residence? It depends. If it's child, birth certificate, copy of passport, letter from school, letter from GP, proof of your address, gas, water, electricity, bank statement, TV, pay slips, letter from employer, that's for children. If it's for spouse, marriage certificate, proof that you've lived together for 2 years, etc., etc., etc. Of course, pay slips for 6 months, bank statement for 6 months, tenancy agreement, and the other documents to prove that the relationship is genuine, subsistent, and you've lived together for, again, 2 years. You can do that. If it is private life, that is 20 years long residence, you need your pay slip 6 months, bank statement 6 months, and some additional documents to help you to renew your leave to be in the UK. If you are not working, it doesn't mean they will not renew for you, because they didn't give it to you based on your work. They gave it to you based on being in the UK for 20 years. So even if after 2.5 years you have not worked, if it is based on your long residence, that should not affect you. If it's based on your spouse, marriage, and you need to meet the financial requirement, then you have to prove that you meet the financial requirement. Otherwise, it may be refused. Nana Setro Suhai. A man was on a care visa in the UK as a care home manager and was given 3 years, and his wife was his dependent. He was fired and now switched to a senior care worker. Should the wife stay on her current visa? No, I would advise you that the wife should switch to the boss's, to the husband's visa as well, because he was already on a care visa and the wife was a dependent. So if he switches, the woman can switch with him. He has switched, so I would advise that the woman should switch as well. Even though she hasn't switched with him, she can still switch now. Thank you. Ajekum Nimafu, hi. I have indefinite leave to remain and wish to bring my kids from Ghana. My kid from Ghana below 18 years. Let me know if I will pay the IHS. No, you won't pay the IHS if you are bringing your child. You have indefinite leave, and you haven't told me whether the child's other parent is here and what leave they have, or is not here, or is in Ghana. If the child's other parent is not here, is in Ghana, but the child is not living with that parent, and you are the only person responsible for that child, and you are bringing that child here, then there is no IHS. But if the child's other parent, maybe the child's mother, is here with 2.5 years, and you are bringing the child, and the mother is with you, and you're bringing that child, they will give the child 2.5 years like the mother. You pay the IHS and you pay the home office fee. So that is the difference. If you are the only person bringing the child, no IHS, because you have indefinite. If the child's mother is here with 2.5, the child will pay IHS. If the child's mother is not here and is not involved in the child's life, no IHS. So we need to get a combination very well. Matilda Dodo, hi. Can a postgraduate visa holder live outside the UK for more than a year? I would not advise that. I will not advise that, because you have the residential appendix, continuous residence, talks about how long you can stay outside. I think the last time I saw it is either 180 days or so. I will not advise that you stay for a year. outside the UK. Yes, you have the visa, but it was given to you so that you will remain in the UK and work here. So please don't risk it. Thank you very much. Hello, Kofi. My British born baby, her birth certificate where, hello, please, my British born baby, her birth certificate where they asked for place of birth. I wrote Ghana, and on my passport is Kumasi. Will it affect my application based on family route? No, if the child is born in British, on the British soil, then you can write Ghana. The child is not Ghanaian. Um, well, the child can be Ghanaian, but the child wasn't born in Ghana. So if you wrote Ghana on the section of the application or the birth certificate, take it to them to correct it because it may affect the child later. So I have seen it before and I've seen that it's affected people. If the child is born in the UK, put UK there. If it is London, Birmingham, Brighton, wherever it is, put it there, not Ghana, please. Not Ghana. Thank you very much. Are you talking about the child's place of birth or your place of birth? If it's your place of birth, if you wrote Ghana, it's not a problem. But of course, we have country of birth and then the town of birth. So please take note of that and please correct it if you have to correct it. Thank you. BAD. Thank you, lawyer, for answering my question. My marriage date was June 2020. My lawyer, please, can I use my NR letter which I received in 20 as proof? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So in that case, if you've been working with that NI, you are okay, because if the Home Office enters their NI reference number, NI number in HMRC to show them that you've been working since 2019, you should go for your indefinite leave. I think you qualify for it. Gloria Ahin, hi. Does the family reunion suspension applies to EU members? EU members, no, no, no. No family reunion suspension applies to you. You are on a different route altogether. It only applies to people who are on the protection, asylum applicants, people who have asylum protection rights. That is the only area that it affects, not EU national. Nana Setrusu, can a man who has divorced his COS married someone dependent wife he has given birth with and put her on his visa as his dependent? Well, if you're married, yes. Again, if you had your COS before the rules changed, then yes. But if you had your COS after the rules changed, then you can't have a dependent. Please take note of that. The rules changed 11th of March 2024, and the other one was July 2025. So please, let's know when the COS was obtained before we can help. Vonnie, I'm already in the UK and making application for extension. I only use WhatsApp chat and 2 pictures. My wife has received a decision and mine is still pending. What are the odds? I don't see any problem based on the information I have. I need to see what more documents you. Well, you said 2 pictures and a WhatsApp chat. Well, let's wait and see. I don't know. The odds, I don't want to say 50-50, but let's say 50-50. But of course, I'm sorry, but you haven't told me, or I have read earlier, the status on which you are. But this is what I always ask my clients. DJ, when clients come to me, I sit down with them, we talk, we have a chat. I don't just do the law, we do human beings, we talk. We do human beings, we talk, we have a chat. And I ask them, if you are the Home Office caseworker, the Home Office has employed you to make a decision on people's applications. And I come to you with my application and I add 3 pieces of photographs, 4 pictures, 5 pictures to my application. What would you think? Or what more would you expect? And then the clients themselves will give me the answer. So, picture I say, yes. That is exactly what the Home Office caseworker may look for or may ask. Now what worry? Picture me and something I would deba. What worry? Picture me and open audiba. So what will happen is this: the Home Office may write to you, the case worker may write to you to ask for additional evidence. We call it evidential flexibility. Evidential flexibility. So make sure you have your documents ready. If they come asking for more evidence, quickly send it to them, and then you should be fine. Thank you very much. DJ, Akpe. Kofi, the patient's own rather than the place of birth. I wrote Ghana, but on my passport, it's Kumasi. The patient own rather than. Well, let me put it this way. If you are born in Kumasi, it's Kumasi. On the forms, they normally write place of birth and country of birth. If it is place of birth, it's Kumasi. If it's country of birth, it's Ghana. If it is only place of birth, you can put Kumasi, comma, Ghana. That is also okay. Or Kumasi hyphen Ghana. I don't think that should be too much of a problem. Eric Owusa from, thank you for your first introduction in today's presentation. I hope people patronize more of your service because you are different from the. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. I'm just here to help my people as much as I can. I'm grateful and thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, lawyer wisdom Akao wise man solicitors namutie no every Fridays be am then the while first time I'll show you here following our YouTube send a be obi me adoma so you ba live I'll be notification or join here mo mo share TikTok follow yen following our TikTok so be bow and I'll follow our YouTube or na action wo the videos wo amount for experience amount for stories a whole lot the dia obi nya info many lawyer start say check how many years ni 4 years aba
4 years old.
Was it 2021?
Thereabouts, yes. Uba yena, Uba office.
2021.
Yes.
2021. How many years? Yeah, 4 years.
2021 January, then it's 5 years. If 2021 December, then it's coming to his 4 years.
Lawyer or your binfo champion lawyer. This man, he did form. Me can't. On fans. Me say fans are the memano. This man, he did form. Somebody will be bad and me can't just say did form. I did form. See in the presentation, they will be handle. Wise man, he did form. Experienced lawyer. And if I know the before, the be trap. Obeka just say, hey, enye ye. Obeka just lawyer say enye ye. Obeka chedi pan say enye ye.
Oh, now I didn't hear because Kacho said, "Ye na ye." I said, "Oh, but na me na make Kacho." And to make Kacho from the beginning, say, "Masa, I did we know." First of all, enye ye, make Kacho say enye ye. A 50-50, make Kacho say we know a 50-50 game. A very successful, make Kacho say based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rules, you have a case. Sometimes uba no madani computer no ma komra no na ye na ya kan. Now nipa na boniti say, oh, okay. Na asem de na asem ko. I didn't make the rules. You didn't make the rules. We are all using the same rules. And yeah, what na krum ha 15 years. What about some 20 years application amount menya because yeah. What na krum ha 19 years. We see 20 years application menya because it will fail. We'll see why worry. Many application now. We read the passport why one navy, the pay slips why any the bank statement why any proof of address why any DJ minya because I'm fat. So I'll make you understand it plain from the start before we start. That is how we do it here. It's as simple as that.
All right, lawyer, yeah, the abegu office location, me the phone number to screen so and them some questions about no media to ma making sure so be the question or bisa bia no lawyer number na show screen so no wise man solicitors office location lawyer Dalston London Dalston Junction McDonald's then the print house so or print then print visa but print then pretty document visa.
No. You're printing law, no. Ever your letterhead, so now they are come now. Mama was sitting and son.
Lawyer office location and signing out. Me that say.
Why Smart Solicitors, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 The Print House, Dalston, London, E8 3DL, Echo 8 3 Delta Lima. You were behind the McDonald's ewa Dalston Junction no. You bang Dalston Market no. You name markets no more. You were close to the market behind the McDonald's. Who called Dalston Market no bisa Ajwa, Money Matters, Adom, African Supermarket. Go to Katie Restaurant, Ghana Restaurants be and a Ghana shop who caught now be served for Wiseman Solicitors, Lawyer Wisdom. I walk McDonald's next year. Almost information no ebemount. Yeah, DJ see our market no, you need markets no. You need
When I go, Mr. Mini Power, Mr. Kwapia. Or market to the movie. And then you Kwapia the money matters, be chow. Dawson Market. Hey, Oko Hoy Butu, which you the action. Oh, yet you try na many ideas. Hey, Charlie. As you come to one market. Lawyer, may I say Lawyer Wisdom Macao? May I say office number, contact number on the whole screen is an available
0208 0165 384 and any office number 0208 0165 384. Messan Sisibio 0208 0165 384. Mobile number near 079 31411 042 079 31411 042. These are our contact details. Mobile no for office line during office hours 9:30 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. We are more than happy to assist our people. DJ, it is for the service of our people. That is why we have the joy to come here every Friday to assist. Madam, I say.
All right, Lawyer Akpe Esia.
Money you kata maune jowo pepe nyomwa jowo fe koni next week how he wale koni wo back ni wonye wo ha information ni baba nyomwa jowo DJ nyomwa jowo maune jowo wa we onlo ema ehani ona sika ona ni okama kwa obio ke we kuncho pepe Maune job.
Lawyer the speak up yo mochum. Maune job. Ne mo e ano ni chum ya no onu. Lawyer Wisdom Akaona butie no straight from London. Wiseman Solicitors every Fridays be am no ha. So one catch up in tema make sure so be follow you on YouTube. Na me adoma no so yeba live obenya notification no wetimi adjoin e question bia wo ma metimi bie phone line no na my friend no na ade na mo bisa mo questions but na enye de bia na wo ma na ya no o prefer that way bia obetimi from office and also obetimi contact o mo na wako hu o mo na bibi ni ana o ma bo I mean start a program way for 4 years American here no ko bi bia ko no me nsheda nya issue bia obi anka bibi say no. Rather, no, people come and tell me, so Charlie, your lawyer is this. Even we even once a farmer mom I need it. Me there me here you. And I say, Obi, I need on the buy my cone. I say, so no so to me can be so we buy ukwa no waka password. The password near two. Unyaka two and obon say, hey, you be family member. It's ukwa ka say two. Uka two no be Big Mac, McDonald's, Big Mac. When I was joining SBTV Africa, I was so baby show no suni din komo oh issue be matter day SBTV Africa daily hustle worldwide, daily hustle GH. And now between me share following here, you will learn things because I dey talk to people worldwide, country bang. Apart from North Korea, everywhere Ghanaians dey, SBTV Africa dey there. Everywhere, every country. I know go lie. Shout out to Augustine. Big shout out to joining class. Christiana, shout out to you. Kofi Mida, I saw joining here. Vonnie, thank you so much for joining. Nana Sechi, thank you so much. Usu, thank you for joining. Gloria, Ahin, thank you so much for joining. Bad, Kofi, Matilda, Dodu, thank you so much. Ejekum, Nimafo, thank you so much for joining. Eric Owusu, Afram, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, sorry, me I saw joining class and then Phoebe, Jacques or what? I'm gonna be dealing the Ebuana. Hey, Phoebe, shout out to you. Edwin Ampedu, thank you so much for joining. Maxwell Babayaro, big shout out to you for joining the class today. Jeff Addo, may I say, so joining here. Josephine Youngson, thank you so much for joining. Tech Brains, thank you so much. Mensa, thank you so much for joining. Amono, thank you so much. Samuel Usumi, that I saw joining here. Is it K Gig? Thank you so much for joining. Michael Sian, thank you so much for joining. Highest J, big shout out to you. Salome Kwe, big shout out to Salo F1. Salo. Eric Owusu with us say Prince Naru. Thank you so much for doing. Ma Lidio for Michao. Boko there. UK Boko. Thank you so joining here. Ciao, Nyami. Lukman Kasim, big shout out to you. Kwababu team Mensa, may that say. So joining here. Is it Citrus Appear? May that so joining here. Esther B, big shout out. Soldier Man, thank you so much. And I have bad for me that say. Sheila Akola, may that say. Minister Charles, may that say. So joining. Pa James, shout out to you. David Bosompem, thank you so much. Benjamin Amankwa, may that say. Ernest Obeng, watching, thank you so much. Anita Davis Cooks, thank you for joining. Veronica Jantois, thank you so much. Is it Joel Apeu? Thank you so much. Richard Sego, may that say. Bush Doctor, big shout out to you. Boatin Edu, may that say. Munya, may say TikTok for I'm joining on YouTube. TikTok there. I need the C-Sef. If like now, they have to go find some. Make I tulip. I go find something start where then make I see the screen top big. I say school time. Make a story school timer. They can't chop. Boys they chop. One boy or not shesa I tulip koino. Or no lens no to me zoom be a comedy no. Boys they chop what beans. On the original comedy no. Say the thing they wear no. Whom say beans and I'm one kitty go beno. They see those things so you know go chop. Comedy no share left and right and yeah. He don't see himself. He finished the food. Anyway, I mean TikTok for me spectacles. Big shout out to you. I mean Ajua. Big shout out to I say so we need to start and see. Okay, let me just go back and start reading from here. Mary Akosia from TikTok. Mary, what you saying? Hey, Mary, how be Dubai? Dubai sister, Dubai chick, you there? Mary. Okay, see, I've not seen much comments from TikTok. We want someone to share, but I've not seen much comments there. But so far, I'm meeting maybe the last one, and I'm making time. But I'm saying I'm joining on TikTok, I'm joining on YouTube, or videos for share videos now. I want my cotton brochure my back Ghana. No, I should be na. Omuye business for Ghana. I should be na. Canada ni America, Canada ni Yankee. Go watch latest vibe. Go watch them. Any other things. More videos go come. Obeso oba mi show no so ni mo bi obeso oba mi show no so bia. Fa me no mama no. Ye number is emienu. +233 244 790902. Meaning say mo na mo say enye ABS VTV. Oko YouTube channel 2 numbers no +233 244 790902. And I say +233 240 677 898. E 2 numbers ani. Enti o save ya ana hu na mani bia na and say bia scam bia na no ABS VTV Africa. So yeah, you link up. Madam I say TikTok for Madam I say me signing out for TikTok. No ma signing out so YouTube for Madam I say me do be ask some join in let's comments no. Okay, say learned a lot. Nice one. Hey, Augustine. Big shout out to DJ Nyami and Lawyer. Tech. Gig, thank you so much. I say learned a lot. Madam, I say mo share. Share mo kroma. I say two. Madam production team. I say DJ Clectina. No hima. Two.
Hi there. My name is Calipos. The only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of Tap Send. People, Tap Send is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana. If you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap Send on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on Tap Send.
Tap Send. Send more, spend less.